So like I said in the last lesson, I talked about how to build minor triads, and in this lesson we're going to look at how to build diminished triads. So if you remember from the last lesson, to build a minor triad, it's a root, minor third, and perfect fifth, or a 1 flat 3 5. Or if you're looking at stacking thirds, it's stacking a minor third and a major third together. So then you would end up with this shape, and if you look at it, you have a minor third interval shape right here, and then from the root to the 5 is a perfect fifth interval shape, and then if you look at it as stacking thirds, you'd have a minor third interval shape from here, from the root to the flat 3, and then from the flat 3 to the 5 you have a major third interval shape. So that was a minor triad, and a diminished triad is very similar to a minor triad. The only difference is that you lower the 5 by half a step. So to build a diminished triad, you end up with root, minor third, diminished fifth, or 1 flat 3 flat 5. So the only difference between a minor triad and a diminished triad is that the diminished triad has a flat 5. Or if you looked at this as stacking thirds, you would have 2 minor thirds that are stacked together. From the root to the flat 3 is a minor third, and then from the flat 3 to the flat 5 is a minor third as well. And then again, just like with the major triad and the minor triad, you need to get the flat 3 and the flat 5 off of the same string as the root. So you do that by moving them to their unison notes, and you move your flat 3 to this unison note, then you move your flat 5 to this unison note, and then they're on the 3 adjacent strings on the 6th, the 5th, and the 4th string, because that's all we're looking at for now. Or you could look at a diminished triad starting at the minor triad. So if you're at a minor triad with this shape, the root, flat 3, 5, you just move the 5 down half a step, and that gives you your diminished triad. And unlike the major triad and the minor triad, even if you've been playing open chords, you most likely haven't played any diminished chords. They're not common chords to play like a major triad and a minor triad. So with the major triad and the minor triad, I showed you how you've played triads before just without realizing it. They're just triads that have doubled up notes. But with the diminished triad, it's very unlikely that you've done that because it's a very uncommon chord, especially when it comes to popular music. This is something that you use more in advanced music like jazz or more advanced blues and stuff. But it is important to understand the diminished triad. It's very important for understanding music theory, and it's something that you have to build off of for later lessons. So you need to understand it even though it's not a chord that you might ever play that often if you don't ever get into more advanced music. And as we go through these lessons, you'll see why it's so important to learn, just like the other triads. So that's how to build a diminished triad.